What's up, Heaven Made Gang Creative Minds? It's your girl, the Creative Mind of Bree, back with another video today for you guys. How y'all doing today? Today is October 25th, and it's about 11:44 p.m. And I'm doing this video, but y'all might see it Monday, and that is October 27th. And I just wanted to come on here, and it's about my scriptures that I told you guys that I had, and I actually labeled them. And there's certain things that I was asking God when I was praying. I was just like, God, help me to become a better mother. Help me to become a better person. Sorry, y'all. I'm kind of just making me look a little because it's not aligned. But anyways, help me to become a better mother. Help me to become a better person. Um, and also somebody's wife when God lead me to be. But what I found out in a couple of these scriptures is even God tell us to be leaders as especially older women. It was here where God was telling us to encourage the younger women. Let me see, Titus 2, and that's chapter 3, verse through 5. Encourages older women to be an example by teaching the younger women to love their husbands and children, be self-controlled, pure, and kind. And now a lot of days we don't show that to younger females. And I'm speaking, I said us because as a culture, as women in this generation, we don't really show that as much. So God telling us in His Word to do that, to be examples. So we're supposed to be leading by examples for the other women, so they won't tear down their house. Which in Proverbs 14 verse 1 says, "The wisest of women builds her house, but folly with her own hands tears it down." So some women can, you can build your house up by your words. You can encourage and being a woman that God has called us to be, and actually seeing what His Word says so we can be like that, and also praying to Him, asking Him to help us to become like that. So that just kind of stuck to me because, like I said, we have people nowadays, we're dressed in a certain way. We're not showing them how to cover themselves and show, keep that for their husband, keep that for the house. And we're thinking, oh, that's a trend. It's a trend. That's the I'm gonna be looking good. I'm gonna be looking good because they probably see there, especially when you're young. When you're a young girl and you're fully dressed, fully clothed, not the ones that probably parents are teaching them not to care about that type of stuff, but I mean the ones that's not getting taught that it's not really coming to their parents' mind, or women who are older minds. That's not the first thing that we think about because it's normalized in society, and we did it, and we think, oh, I'm not hurting nobody, it's just cute, and you're just used to it, and you like looking at your body and things like that. But we don't teach them how to cover, because us ourselves, like I said, we didn't have, and some of us did, because some people, even people who was fully dressed in their religion, where to school, they would still pack something in their book bag, because, and that's what I'm getting to. When a young girl is walking with other females or other males that's her age, and a woman comes by with a tight skirt, or back in the day when somebody mom comes in, they be like, "Dang, that's your mama," and all the boys be like, "Dang," and then the girls, even if they have a girlfriend that's their age, they're not thinking, they're just looking at what they see, because they see their dads and their son. I mean, they see their dads and their brother like doing the same thing with them type of women who come around, like, dang, like that, because men are looking with their eyes, they're looking and lusting. So the young boys feel like a woman like that, she up top, she top tier. I'm not talking about some women, you could dress a certain way and still be beautiful, still catch eyes and stuff, but I'm talking about as an example, that's one of them. As in somebody coming in with a real short, almost showing, or shorts showing they almost showing they behind, and then the boys like, dang, you seen him? What's the name, mama? And the girls like, dang, like I've been trying to get him to like me, or I thought that he liked me. Now he's talking about the mom, or he talking about her. Then that kind of makes her feel insecure, so she feels like, oh, okay, then she go home and feel like she have to get her little sister's shorts that's maybe too short, put them in her book bag, take them to school, wear them, and probably get in trouble, or just wearing them around, because nowadays they be wearing crazy stuff. And yeah, just wearing stuff like that can kind of cloud their mind, their thinking, because they haven't been taught on valuing their self, having self-worth. Even like I said, if they do, it's real quick. It's like they're getting yelled at, mostly, not really having somebody to talk to about it, actually. Like, this is how you get treated as a woman. This is how you need to set yourself as a woman, value yourself, look at yourself with the confidence that God has given you. Reading them chapters and scriptures in the Bible that shows how a woman is supposed to have modesty. We don't teach that, especially like I said, in our culture. Or we don't teach our males how to respect women, or how to, not all, some, or they try to get lead a certain way what their friends are telling them, and we need to be teaching them like that's not the way to go. Don't follow your friends ways. So that was just one of those things that I've seen that was kind of like just wise wisdom or whatever, and we should probably show our children, or show the younger ones, because that one with the Titus chapter 2 verse 3 through 5 encourages older women to be examples by teaching the younger women to love their husbands and children, be self-controlled, pure, and kind. Because I know a lot of people always say like, women, this how you got this many kids, this how, because certain things do happen to people, but at the same time, like when I got older, I had to start reading the Bible for myself, start looking for God for myself, answers myself, and correct myself. So now that I'm older, I can't just be blind and let the younger women that's around me do that same thing. That's why I installed in my daughter so many times, like, be careful when somebody try to tell you to come here, or in a room by yourself, or don't try to look at this certain stuff. And I try to tell my son as much as I can, because he's a boy, but I do tell my daughter so they won't, go down the same road. So good thing my daughter did not get, she passed that stage um, of when me and my mom first got pregnant. So yeah, but what I'm saying is that the Bible really speaks on a lot of things that can help us and help us to teach our children. We always say like, oh, this person is a good parent, or how do you know if somebody's a good or a bad parent? You don't know. But if you have the Bible telling you and helping you to understand how to parent, you would do a great job, and you would know that you're leading your children the right way. We're leading the young generation the right way. Now, shaking and having videos, maybe we should be changing that stuff, because we really need to help our community by doing less of that. We had that all these generations over and over again. Let's try something else. I mean, everybody is not going to agree, but the people who do agree, and you are trying to make a change, let's start by that as well, and try to change the way we dress. I know that it's not going to be quick, and I'm not talking about the pants or whatever. I'm talking about, like, nowadays people zipping down their pants and showing their thongs. We tried to tell the young males to stop showing their underwear. Now the girls doing it. Now next thing you know, it's going to be full nakedness walking around uh the street. Hopefully not, but y'all get what I'm saying about that. And the wisest of women builds her house. Foley with her own hands tear it down with her own hands. So I guess just you can build up, like I said, it's women that talk to men and just want to talk. Sometimes we do need to learn how to be quiet. Even in the Bible, God tells us how to, you know, be slow to talk and be fast to listen. So a lot of women haven't mastered that. A few have, but we have to work on that as well because God tells us that for a reason. Um, Sometimes when you be quiet and you listen, you will learn more, and also you would hear what that person is saying actually. Because sometimes when you just talking so fast, you just talking to talk. So I did learn that on my journey, like how to even when I'm talking a lot, but when somebody else is talking, I know I need to be quiet, or I know that I need to be quiet on certain things. Now I'm not gonna say I have it down pat, but I definitely have gotten better at it. So that's one thing that I wanted to share with y'all because they're kind of like I looked at the Bible, I was just like, wow, I can't believe that's in here about younger, older women encouraging young women. So God has been telling us things that we need to know, that we need to be doing ourselves. I put in being a good wife, a good mom, a good woman, period, a good daughter. So I looked up scriptures on it. I Googled on those things, Bible verses for being a better woman, a good wife, and all those scriptures came up, and I picked the ones that I felt led to, and I put them down. So maybe you guys can do the same thing if you know that you need to work on certain things. But I know some people when they're first, getting clarity on certain things, they kind of like feel bad, but don't feel bad. Just like start to do it, and you would see that you're going to feel better about yourself and you're going to become a better person. Like I said, not only for yourself, but everybody around. And that will also help. Proverbs 31, verse 30 also say, charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. So it might be men out there who's running after certain women because of their lust, because the man, they have lust themselves, they having self-discipline, and they probably can't lead a woman because they're lusting. Because if you lead with lust, the woman's gonna lead with lust eventually. And if you don't lead, or the other way around, if you're a leader of discipline, you should probably look in that same area to lead somebody who's trying to go that same way or who's going that same way, making that change. So charm is deceptive. Everybody can have charm. Everybody can, get look dressed up or things of that sort. Have the highest paying clothing, cars, whatever. But in God's eye, that doesn't mean anything, because if you fear the Lord and you're loving the Lord, it said that you will be praised. God's word is not a lie. So you praising God, you have Him in your life first. God changes people's heart. God makes situation happen. Even if you say, I love this person, but you're not doing right by them, and you're not doing right by God, God can take that person out your life. God can bring a hole or a delay in that life because He see like, no, you're not ready for this. So it's better to anyway to like not even just for that, but just to fear the Lord so you can be praised, as in not praise like a worship, but praise as in like, wow, like that's really a good person that I would like to be with, because I know that they're loyal. I know that they fear the Lord, so they're gonna listen to what the Lord is saying, basically. Because if you fear the Lord, you will listen. You will fear of the things that He can take away. You can fear of the things that can happen to you of His word, what His word said, and you believe it. So you are going to try to be loyal to your neighbor, which can be your friend, your lover, can be your neighbor still, anybody of that sort. So these scriptures are really just taking the time and just writing these down And as I see like new scriptures, I'm like, dang, like this is what we need in the world. If we all just, get this and pray on it and look at it daily, maybe we all can become better. Especially us having made creative. I know that that's what we're striving to do, but I know we all want to become better, and that's what it takes. I know I kept saying like, God, how do I do this? Please help me. But He's been telling me to read the Word, write it down, meditate on it. But I'm always something so easy. We all try to skip. It's kind of like trying to get fast money. God is trying to tell you a way to store up your money as you gather a little at a time. It's going to grow, because that's also in here as well with finances. Make sure y'all go to Dominion City, Georgia.org, or go to the YouTube or the Facebook to go to the 6 a.m. prayer, because this is what we be doing. We be having the core areas of life, and then we pray over them. Today we prayed about family. It was children, your husband, your spouse, marriage, things of that sort. And usually sometimes we do finances or things of that matter. But it's a lot of things in here, y'all, that kind of just caught my eye. And even when men say that they don't want women to work, some men, because all men don't think like that, but it's been a big group lately saying, oh, if you got a business, then you too harmful. But the women in the Bible who what especially like um Christian women who read the Bible, they want to be like, it's the Proverbs 31 woman. And the Proverbs 31 woman, she did a lot, and she still respected her husband. It's just how you do it when you have a business. How are you priorities? Your how God is first, you know that, but your husband needs and his authority still stands. But at the same time, God, you still can do your hobbies, you still can do your business or whatever things that God has ordained you to do. Proverbs 31, verse 10 through 31, the passage describes a hardworking, virtuous woman who uses her skills to provide for her family and helps the poor and needy. So she was sewing, she would give to the needy, she would get up before a break of dawn and cook and clean, have her children, schooling together, and sends her husband off with prayers and words of affirmation, telling him positive things. What we've seen in Proverbs, not Proverbs, but Proverbs 14 verse 1, the wisest woman builds her house. So before her husband left, she was building her house up, her husband doing things in the house, sewing, had people, and her husband and the children praised her. That's what it said. And as we've seen too, where it says Proverbs 31:30, because that's in the same Proverbs. Charm is deceptive and beauty is fleeting, but a woman who fears the Lord is to be praised. So she was praised. Why? Because she was doing the work of the Lord. She was given to the needy, like God said. That means she was lending to God. So that means she was blessed. She was sewing, doing her hobbies and things. Her husband was known. Her prayer, she prayed over her husband. Her husband was known at the gates of where everyone, the kings and everything, they knew him. He was blessed. His children was blessed. You see, so but a woman who comes and her man comes home, he has her business and he's supposed to be known, but you're tearing him down. You're telling people he ain't nothing. He ain't. Even when the devil try to tell you that and you feel that way with your emotions, you still have to go back and pray and see what your imagination. That's what Dr. Una be saying. And I learned that 2016. She was teaching that on the stage. I remember, because that's when I was like, she need to be a mentor. But she's a mentor in the Rise and Shine. So y'all make sure y'all go there, because I was like, dang, she tells so much good stuff, like stuff I never heard before. So if y'all see me kind of like changing or getting difference, because the Mean City changed. Pastor Stephen, Pastor Neka have taught us Bible principles that God has given to us all. That's all they do, is they do what God has told them to do and preach the word. And they teach it in the areas of your life, and it's a wake-up call. I mean, I know I tried to, even when I learned so much, I said, okay, I can start doing something else now because I need some more time. No, this is something that you will need, because I came back and I was like, whoo, I did need this still, because it elevates you. You keep going to the next level. You think you God say you think you're comfortable. You got to keep getting into that spirit realm and keep going level to level. So it's very important. But I learned so much stuff from that, and just from that Proverbs 31, where the woman was saying she's hard working. It was just describe. It's just the part that describes it. It's Proverbs 31 verse 10 all the way to 31. Read that about that Proverbs 31 woman. I know people say the Ephesians 5, I think, from the man and the woman as well. But a lot of people talk about Proverbs 31. They also talk about Ruth. Um, it's a lot of women in the Bible that you can learn from. I say try to look for all the women and see their different characters and see their relationship first with God. Because remember, when a woman fears the Lord, she will be praised by her children, by her husband, by her co-workers, because she's fearing the Lord, and she's walking the walk. She's talking, or she's talking. She's walking, not only talking the talk. She's walking the walk. She's not only talking the talk. There you go. So just remember that. So when you do, when you do go and look at those women, just look how they had their relationship with God, how they trust God, what they were doing. Even Mary, when she got that perfume, because people think that Jesus would have married Mary. He was just so amazed and everything, but we don't know. But she was around. I always heard her name, the mother as well, because her name was Mary. But when she got the perfume,